going to my public.
Right, Tim, are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Right,
Am I on first?
Yes, Adam, introduce this amazing business. Go, then we're going to move on to your news. Introduce this amazing business.
Okay, I'm Adam from Fera Science, and Fera is a science services organisation working across agri-food. So we're here at the potato event to help growers grow better crops and work with the food industry.
Okay, and you were very keen for us to interview, meet, talk, converse with these lovely people. Why, before we move on to them?
Because these are the true experts. So these are applied scientists working with growers on the ground, and we're talking to growers all about what we do. Adrian's a virologist, Lara's an entomologist, working on projects connected to practical growing.
Fantastic, your work is done here.
Thank you
very much. Right, on to the real people. Thank you, Adam. Growers. Let's start with growers. Growers, I find, in the UK are, how can I say this, more curious and more receptive than perhaps some other growers I see on an international basis. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely. Growers that I've met certainly are really interested in how they can grow things better, looking after the environment as well, because obviously that's really important, but understanding the biology and how it all comes together and how it all works, so that helps them to produce better crops, so to control the pests and diseases, and to do that in an environmentally friendly way, and in a way in which where the world is changing. So we've got climate change, we're losing insecticides, we're bringing in cover crops, so a lot of things are changing, and they're really keen to understand how to deal with all of this to still produce a quality crop.
Well, Adrian, would you agree?
Yeah, and I think, as Lara said, I think for me, the really good thing about working with UK growers is they're not just interested in the what, so what do I need to spray to kill it? It's actually, why does it do it? Why does it work? How can I do it better? How do I get it into an integrated programme? So I think for me that's a really interesting bit, because that's where you can start having some interesting conversations, do some interesting research work that actually then ends up helping the grower.
And you said it's a very key point, sustainability. I'm also picking up with especially the younger generation of growers that have come through all the fantastic universities, and they've realised that they're caretakers of the land, and so they've got to assist putting back into for the long term. And presumably that's where your business comes in, because you're helping them with the magic.
So it comes in terms of bringing together the things like pest and disease control, and how you do that together with in keeping the environment and keeping things safe for the consumer as well. So helping people to do integrated pest management and to understand really how that works with things like cover crops. So cover crops can have an effect on pests and diseases, but we want to grow cover crops. So it's how do we do that? What seed mixes can we use? What makes the situation for pests work? Can we use these kind of seed mixes and cover crops to make things better for the environment, but also to provide a service for the grower?
Okay. And also, if you look at where the potato sector is at the moment, I always feel there's so much profitability held up within the supply chain. Mr. and Ms. Farmer wants to do good, but there's a cost there. So presumably they're coming to you saying we want to do this, but we're not sure how. Are you open to having those collaborative conversations to assist them to create these solutions?
Yes, because all of the work we do is applied, grower focused. If we don't have an end point, why do the work in the first place? The last thing we want to do is just raise academic questions. So what we try to do is have the conversation, work out the parameters that you're working within the industry, within the individual grower business, and then try and find a solution that suits, so it actually gives them a practical outcome.
Okay, and there was an Oxford Farming Conference, Princess Anne, a couple of years back, stated, I've been here all morning, one word I haven't heard is profit. Profit in farming is not a dirty word. We all need to make a profit to be in business. And it feels it's a bit like that with the farmer as well, that they want to do good deploying your skill set, but they also need to make a profit. So direct question.
Yeah.
Deploying yourselves, can the farmer look to do good but also make a profit?
Absolutely, and that actually is the whole aim of our Enigma programme projects. So those are designed to help those businesses to be sort of pre-competitive, so that they're putting some money in and then we're doing the research, but they are also guiding what we're doing, because we're checking with them every stage what is it that is practically applicable from that. And because there's no point in us doing research on something if we're up with this fabulous solution, if they need to buy a new couple of £100,000 piece of kit to actually apply it, or if it costs like a couple of £1,000 a hectare to actually apply, it's got to be something that you can actually use that fits with their crop rotation and actually they can do quite easily that fits in with what they're doing.
Adrian, would you agree?
Yeah, and I think, as Lara said, the Enigma projects, the beauty of them is that it's a way of crowdfunding research, that you can then get direct grower input and industry input into those projects. So again, you're answering real questions and finding real solutions to them. So Lara's looking at wireworms, we're wanting to look at sprang diseases, so tobacco rattle virus, and again, working out how you can utilise the cover crops to maximise the benefit for both the diagnostic testing as well as the cropping system as a whole.
Fantastic. Right, to wrap up, thank you. I love this Enigma project, that sounds fantastic. What are you both excited about? What's in your Pandora's box for 3 years, 5 years out that's going to benefit this whole sector? What have you got, Bobby, that you can tell us about?
So I think because we're losing insecticides, I think actually being able to do IPM properly, so understanding more about the biology of pests and then being able to apply that. So when I say IPM, I don't just mean what biological insecticides can we throw at things. I mean, understanding the rotation, what are the impacts of the crops in that, the cover crops. But we are doing work on the control measures as well as the biological control measures, and understanding how those biological control measures work within UK agriculture, within our systems, within our climate zone, temperature, all that kind of stuff. So I'm quite excited about that actually, and how we then help people to do their field risk assessments and actually being able to help, so we can provide some bespoke advice within the project for people and say, under your circumstances, this is what you should be doing, but then actually helping them to do that in the future and helping other people to do that for themselves, building that knowledge base in the industry, so people can actually then go away and apply it.
Powerhouse. And what about yourself, Adrian? What are you
So
talking
for
about?
me, I'm a diagnostician, so I'll always answer with a diagnostics answer. But seeing the industry move from a reactive basis for diagnostics, so what's wrong with this plant, why is it dying, to a more proactive basis, and Lara mentioned the kind of risk assessment thing. But actually, how can we use diagnostics in a more forward-thinking way, getting growers to think about their rotations 2-3 years in advance. So it's not a case of, why is my crop dead? It's a, how do I stop this crop, the next crop, and the crop beyond that from suffering from the same problems?
Well done. So what I picked up today is, we haven't used this word, it's my word of the decade, collaboration. It feels like you've got this very collaborative relationship with everyone that you're dealing with to create good in the sector. So you're optimistic about the future?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I've been in this business for 28 years and I don't think I've ever been more optimistic than I am now.
Well done. Very impressive, thank you.